weather with the KX News Storm Team.
Welcome back to KX News at 10. I'm meteorologist Michael Gonzalez, and here's a look at temperatures here at 10:45 p.m. Generally in the upper 30s across a lot of the region. A few stragglers in central North Dakota still hanging on to some 40s, but across the board we are all going to be we're all expecting some 30s and even some upper 20s later tonight as the evening pushes on and those winds continue to blow. If we look at the wind gust map right now, we're still dealing with some mid 40 mile per hour wind gusts across much of north central North Dakota, even near 50 miles per hour over there in Minot, which isn't quite like what we were having earlier this afternoon, but it is enough that it is making those wind chills come on down. This is the first time we're really having to pull out this wind chill graphic this season because we're having that combination of gusty winds and cooler temperatures. It's feeling like the lower 20s out across much of north central North Dakota. Stanley there, 22 degrees feels like temperature. Across some of south central North Dakota, still feeling like it's in the mid 30s, but as the evening continues on, those winds will die down, so the wind chill factor will become less of an issue. But if you're going to be doing any sort of traveling later this evening, you will definitely want a coat. The highest wind gusts today across the board, we saw 61 miles per hour there at Dickinson. That led the charts with some mid to upper 50 mile per hour wind gusts at a few locations, and quite a few locations even were able to have a wind gust above 50 miles per hour. Bismarck there got to 51 miles per hour. Bowman, a 53 mile per hour wind gust. So it was a very breezy day. Those winds are going to continue to decrease tonight, as I had mentioned, as the culprit low pressure system moves on out of here. And in fact, if you look at the current satellite and radar zoomed in on North Dakota, you'll see that cloud cover is gone and precipitation is gone. We'll have to zoom out a little further to see where that low pressure system is. It's made good progress moving off to the northeast, currently over central Manitoba, with associated snow actually ongoing over just north of North Dakota over in Canada. We only had a few flakes that occurred over towards far northwest North Dakota earlier today, but the main event with this storm, of course, was the winds being blown on out of Canada between this high pressure system out towards Alberta and the low pressure system there in Manitoba. And this is going to allow those temperatures to drop on down towards the freezing mark for much of us tonight. If we zoom out a little further, we'll see what the rest of the pattern is looking like. Tomorrow, fortunately, we are expecting sunny skies, nothing like the overcast and partly cloudy conditions we had today, as this weak ridge moves its way over the northern plains. So that'll allow, although temperatures will be cooler, it'll allow things to feel at least a bit nicer because we'll have calmer winds and sunny skies. And our next system is currently spinning out over the Pacific Northwest. It's going to take a roundabout way to get to the northern plains. It's going to dip a bit off to the south before it makes its way towards the northern plains, but that is going to allow shower chances to return by the time we get to Tuesday and especially into Wednesday and Thursday. Wind gusts tonight, as we can see, from about 3 a.m. We're going to continue to hang on to some of those 35 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts over towards Minot, but things are going to taper generally as we push through Sunday night and into Monday, with calm winds expected broadly across much of the region for Monday. Tonight we're going to be dropping down into that freezing mark territory across much of the region, with even some mid-20s possible, especially out towards western North Dakota and eastern Montana. 24 degrees forecast there at Dickinson, 32 at Bismarck, and that's actually a pretty important mark because we are pretty late into the season without having seen a freeze there at Bismarck, and if we can get it tonight, that'll make it the third latest first freeze that Bismarck has ever seen. If we can escape that mark, then we will be flirting with some records there, October 14th and 15th being the latest that Bismarck's ever gone without having a freeze. And tomorrow we will be warming up into the lower 50s with some upper 40s possible across northwestern North Dakota as that cool air mass moves its way on in. Taking a look at Williston's next 5 days, temperatures aren't going to be quite as chilly as we continue on into the middle of the week, warming up into the 50s for highs with 30s for lows and those rain chances returning. So at least this cool night is not exactly what we're going to be dealing with as we continue on through the rest of the week. Dickinson, just about the same. Overcast skies beginning to build in by Tuesday with those rain chances through Wednesday and Thursday. High potentially up towards 60 by Friday. And Minot's next 7 days, going to see those rain chances increase as we push on into the middle of the week, with highs generally in the upper 50s, so not nearly as chilly as tomorrow with the high in the 40s. And Bismarck, we're going to be dealing with those rain chances as well by the middle of the week, and highs near 60 by Thursday or Friday. Tyler?
All right, sweater weather is here. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Coming up next in